Hey guys, don't mind the humming in the background. That's my heater. This place is really cold right now. It's come to Christmas Eve. Everyone's wrapping their presents, and I thought I'd go through all the achievements and disappointments that I've had this entire year, both to do with YouTube and with my daily life in general. It's been a very long and very hard year, both with money-wise and with the YouTube in general. One of the biggest disappointments that I've had, I'll start with the disappointments, start low and then go to the cheery mode, is I started the year off with a severe knee injury, which I still don't know what the reason was for it. My knee just suddenly swelled up. It's gone back down, absolutely fine again. And on top of that, I had several other injuries as well. I burnt my hand, which was clever of me. I actually had quite a few health issues, including catching COVID for the second time. Luckily, this one wasn't as severe, and I was able to go to work, which was a plus. But it was incredibly hard to get through. As you can see, I'm still not feeling too well. The cold is really getting to me this year. Now, the second disappointment, we've only got two disappointments this year, which is good. And the second disappointment is kind of my apology to you guys. It started off well. I was following a genuine schedule throughout YouTube, a schedule that I'm going to try and stick to this in 2024. But it just come about summertime, when you get a work increase, you start getting more active outside of work, and on top of that, it being so incredibly hot, you can't touch your cross. I do cross stitching, diamond art, ratty, and it was just way too hot for me to start doing those things. On top of that, if it wasn't too hot, it would be too rainy, so you'd have that problem as well. And trying to get the balance right was a little difficult to get. And that was the hugest disappointment, that I slipped schedule. I still managed to upload quite a lot, but a lot of it was edited stuff that was on my to-do list for many while, editing outings that we'd previously gone on, and any creative videos that I'd had as a backlog also came out on those days. I'm going to try my best to stick to as much of a schedule as I can this year. I do have a different backup plan, which I'm going to try and stick to. So I'm going to try and do each week dedicated to one specific craft, not on the video, but backstage. So I might do a whole section or a whole week of Disney Doll's House. I might do a whole week of diamond art. I might do a whole week of cross stitching, just so I can get those videos out as soon as I can. Obviously, when I'm ill, I have to take time off to recover from myself, and there are moments where work becomes so difficult that I have to put work first as well, which is one of the crucial things. On top of that, and this is I'm going to stick this one as kind of disappointment achievement. Start of the year, something happened at work that meant that I had to attend court as a witness. I still can't go into too many details because the court system is still ongoing, but I can tell you a little bit more about it. So I had to go to court twice as a witness, which meant that I had to spend a lot of time in the witness room waiting to be called up to court. One of the funny things that happened while I was there was I was allowed to bring Ratty with me. So Ratty came with me. There was no videos of the court because you're not allowed to film, but Ratty came with me. If I got bored or if I started having an attack, Ratty would come out and have a bit of a play, and he was actually loved by quite a lot of people in the court case. People loved him. They thought he was so clever. They even asked for him on a few occasions, which was fun. And cheekily, I did manage to get some have some naps, power naps, while I was waiting for the courts to go through, which was awesome. And filling out the paperwork as well was incredibly difficult. I was a fish completely out of water. I've never been to court before until that particular moment, so I was my husband had to come with me on the first one. I was on my own for the second one. It was terrifying trying to work out what I was meant to do and what was going on. One of the things that was a disappointment with the courts is I had to miss a tech for gigs that I was starting to do, because I couldn't do the gigs and attend court because I didn't know how long I was going to attend court. And this is one of the difficulties of court. You have to clear your entire day's schedule, meaning that you can't plan for anything on that day. You can't plan anything. You might be lucky and you'd be at court for 2 hours, but you don't know. You might be there until 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. And this was just such annoyance and disappointment. But I managed to still do the gig, and I managed to start getting a lot of paid work for those gigs, which on the disappointment side has meant that I've had to learn business a lot more quicker, which I'm still learning to this day. I'm still trying to work out things like gross pay, net pay, income tax, that kind of stuff, which I'm slowly but gradually learning. At some point I'll get it, at some point I won't. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go. But as I said, I managed to get quite a few gigs, and one of the ways I did it was I was invited to do Camden Fringe Festival by one of my friends. She recommended me to 3 other directors, and it is just it. I have gone from being lucky to get a gig once every 3 months to having a gig nearly every single month, sometimes 2 gigs in 1 month. And that was incredibly fun and incredibly amazing to do. I have been promised a few gigs next year, so hopefully that starts up a brand new career and starts building me up to my dream. My dream is to become a lighting person. I want to be a lighting designer, lighting operator, and that dream is slowly coming true, but I'm not holding my breath yet because anything can happen. I've already had 1 gig cancelled over Christmas. That wasn't anyone's fault. I'm hoping that I can still work with this company. We'll find out in the new year if I still am. We'll see. Another great achievement that I did to do with my other hobby, which is LARPing, is I became a game runner for the first time. I actually game runned my own game with help. I had someone with me to give me a hand. I'm a huge fan of Jurassic Park, so I chose to do Jurassic Park because Jurassic Park is my passion. Organising it is not easy, and I have learnt lessons throughout this. I actually have another game planned, hopefully for this year, if I can do it. There's a problem with one of the dates for LARPing, which I need to sort out, but I am so excited to be doing LARPing. I am so excited to be able to play and have fun throughout all of it. On top of that, I've only been at my workplace now for a year. I moved from my current workplace in April last year, and I've already been offered a promotion at my workplace. I can't tell you where the workplace is, but I am so excited by this promotion. I'm not there yet because I'm currently having mental problems at the moment. My mental health has spiraled recently, so my promotion's currently been put on hold, but it's a definite promise. As soon as they see me showing improvement, they want me to start training for this, and I am so excited to get started on this promotion. It is so amazing. I remember in the campfire telling everyone at LARPing that I got this promotion, or I've been promised this promotion, and everyone was so excited for me, and everyone was like, it makes sense, and I was so happy about it. So good. We've also managed to go very well in the creative side. So I'm building the Disney Dolls House at the moment, and one of the things that I've always wanted to do in the Dolls House is create my own stuff. I've seen loads of people, I've seen people decorate the rooms for certain events. So Jubilee, for example, the Queen's Jubilee, the Queen's Death, someone decorated their Mickey's room to look like that. There's a guy on YouTube right now whose name I've completely forgotten. I'll try and put a link up on the top. and he makes figures and images based on certain films and certain images of the park, which is absolutely brilliant. I encourage you to check his channel. And I started doing one myself. Now, one of the things I did was, if you look at my video on modding my Disney Dolls house, you'll see it. But one of the fun ones that I did was my poo jar, which is still around the house somewhere. I think it's on a shelf. I need to put it in the doll's house. As soon as the basement is built, that is going to go straight in the basement, and Pooh's going to get his own room rather than currently hogging up the kitchen, which is where he is right now. It is so amazing to be able to build such amazing things and be able to build up and build scale and be able to fix things in such an amazing way. It is a huge amount of fun, and I've got so many other plans. I'm slightly concerned that it's going to slow the building down a little bit, because majority of the stuff that I'm planning is on the first floor, and because it's on the first floor, it might delay quite a few things that I am planning. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see how things go as we do it. There might be a few mods that I abandon, or a few mods that I'll be like, I'll think about that nearer the time, or see if there's a way in which I can come up with ways to remove certain mods, for example. But I'm so excited to be working on these mods. They are so cool. On top of that, so to 2024, I'm planning on doing budget videos. Now, because I don't get much in the way of money, there might be days where you won't see much of a budget from me. You might see me only have a tenner to budget, or you might see me have very little money to budget. That's the downside that's going to happen. But no matter what I try and do, I always try and come up with ways to at least have some money to survive. So I budget for my bills, and I budget for daily expenditure such as food and travel, so I can travel to my gigs. And this is one of the things that will help me go for it. I started budgeting, and it's already going pretty well. There's two debts, my mum and my dad's debt, that is getting there in being paid back. It's very slow, but it's getting paid back ever so slowly, which is a fantastic result. And hopefully we'll get some more achievements. So we'll start a new collection next year, which you may have seen yesterday in a previous video. You may have seen that I started collecting the Disney Diamond art. Availability might depend on whether that gets finished, or it'll be another incomplete one. I don't know, but we're going to keep on trying until we get all of them, or until we get all of them done. And you'll see in the videos as I build them up how it goes. I'm hoping it goes well. And I'm hoping to be able to come on here and say that I've had a fantastic year in 2024. Hopefully, excuse me, without starting an injury off, which I'm hoping to avoid. Anyway, I've got to dash off because I'm working Christmas Eve. So, catch you guys a little later. Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic Christmas day. And I'll see you in the new year. Bye, guys.